Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. Good new day. Divine return, beautiful souls. I'm going to let a few people tap in. I'm working, so I have story time for you all. And you know, when I tell my stories, there's a message in the story. There's some wisdom that has to be exchanged, that will be exchanged. And it's just an opportunity for us to tap in. Like, you might be at work, you might be driving, you might just be waking up, you may still be in the bed, you may be outside stretching. If you are watching or tapped in, listen. If this comes across your feed, mark it, save it so you can watch it later. Because I have a message for you. And if this message doesn't resonate with you, share it with someone that it will resonate with. So hear it out. You know how they say, hear me out? First of all, I want to say divine return. It's a new day. It's a new light. It's a new dawn. Okay? And it's a new day. So it's another opportunity for us to take action, to win, to do the things that we came here to do. It's another day for us to just really lock into the journey and don't miss it. Don't miss what's happening on your journey because you focused on the wrong things. That's not my message today, but don't miss what's happening on the journey. Because if you examine your journey, so here's the thing, these two messages I'm about to share with you is in accordance to the journey I had previously, yesterday. Because how else are we supposed to learn and become a better version of ourselves if we don't take time to actually study ourselves in our journeys? Like, you know, people trip out when I say I forget things, and it's not because I have short-term memory loss. It's just I'm so present in my reality that I don't hold on to so much because it's so much to endure right now. And it's not bad. Like, I don't remember a lot of things that happened over the last 5 years. Like, I met thousands and thousands of people. Every time I go to the gas station, I make friends, if that makes sense. Ooh, bless me. Every time I go to the gas station, I make friends, right? So I'm always connecting with people. I'm always doing the work of building my empire and building my community, because community for me is everywhere I go. Wherever Rosetta is, that's her community. So I travel a lot, I move around a lot, and I make friends. I make friends in my city and people they always say, are you from here? Like, I make connections in Chattanooga, and they're like, are you from here? And I'm like, I'm born and raised, right? Left for college, came back, born and raised. I am thoroughbred in this space. And one of the things that I know is so profound is how important it is to take time to examine your journey. Take time to examine your journey. So y'all see my two, let's see if I can pull it up. My two topics. I should have wrote it down and put it in my, I should have put it in my chat. But my two topics, number one, we don't give enough credit to the humans that actually take heed of the places they need to grow and get better at and do better in. Like, we don't give enough credit to those humans. And I'm going to say us because I'm not excluded because I do the work. But to the people who do the work, I want to take time this new light and give you credit, because shout out to the black man, the black woman, the white man, the white woman, the Asian man, the Asian woman. Shout out to all the humans on planet Earth. Humans and none alike. Shout out to you all for taking heed of those things that you go through on this planet, where you know you could do better, and you actually take time to do the work and do better. Like, shout out to you. I'm so proud of you, because people don't really understand how hard it is to take heed of, I messed up here, or I can do better in this area. I can speak better in this area. I can learn here. I can grow here. Okay, she said that she didn't like this with me. He said he didn't enjoy this experience with me. He's like, you're listening to people share their truth about you with you, and you're looking in a mirror and you're deciding for your life, Not just by what they said, but what you see. Like, you're taking heed of what people see in you and what they say they see in you. You taking heed of what you see in yourself, and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I can reflect better than that. Shout out to you for your growth. Shout out to you for your growth, because that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Like, I don't care what anyone tell you. Growing is one of the most beautiful things that a human can do, in my mind, in my life. That's for me. My philosophy is that when we grow, we become better versions of ourselves, which contribute to a better environment for us to all live in. If more people are genuinely happy in themselves, not saying that you're smiling 24/7, but you understand that your circumstances is just momentarily, and you have the ability to move upward and forward. Either you're going to change what you're going through or stay in the same energy of what you're going through, and you're going to accept what it is that comes after that. We accept our actions by being okay with the result, and if we're not okay with the result, we change the result by changing our actions. You cannot continue to do the same exact thing and expect a different result. You have to approach it a different way. Sometimes you got to turn around. Sometimes you got to stand up. Sometimes you got to sit down. Sometimes you got to change your perspective and completely move it all together. So I just want to give credit to people this new light for really growing and evolving and becoming a better version of yourself. Because that's not easy to do. It's not easy to sit and examine your life in yesterday. And I just want to say shout out to Black men and Black women specifically, because we have been through so much as a community, even in other communities. No matter what your tax bracket is, the stories are the same. And we've been through a tumultuous experience as a community, as a people, over these last hundreds of years. And now we are getting to a place where we are learning that abundance is within. We're remembering who we are for real. And it has nothing to do with like a conscious community or none. It's just literally we are waking up to our higher selves and recognizing we are so much more than what we've been limited to. So you notice a lot of millennials changing and shifting the narrative of what our parents were doing. So I just want to take a special extra shout out to the Black man and the Black woman that is changing their life for the better, and that you take heed of the correction that comes your way, the things that you may not see, because and just back to all humans, we don't always see what we're doing. So it's important that you listen to your tribe. It's important that the people you love, you receive the information they sharing with you. If they tell you you're not kind, if they tell you you're being too mean, if they tell you you're being unrighteous in a certain situation, if they tell you you make their nervous system feel uncomfortable, if somebody communicates something to you that you love, peace and love, peace and love. If somebody communicates something to you that especially somebody you love, we have to be okay with taking that correction, and we don't have to accept it, but receive it. And receive it doesn't mean you need to accept it, because the acceptance come in the reality of you believing and knowing it's true, right? So for example, you could elevate your voice with a person all the time and don't realize it, and they tell you, why are you screaming at me? Maybe their octaves and their frequency and how they receive information is at a different tune than yours. So it's not that you may be a loud person. It's just with them, you're loud. And pride and ego keeps us from changing and evolving into a space where we can rise together. And so you don't have to talk loud with them. That's the correction. That's the I can grow from this. So you might still be able to speak at your octave and your level when you talk to everybody else. But for that particular person who's confessed to you that you're speaking too loud to me, perhaps in that space, you can lower your tone. And what do you have to lose by doing that? Nothing. And you're not compromising yourself, because we all know phonetically we can change our vibrations and our sounds. And so it's little things like that. And we can go to a higher level of the correction that people will take and do the work to change. So that's one example. But a higher level is someone say, man, you can be a little, you come off a little rude when you talk. So that person could literally just come from a crazy work environment, a crazy home life. Like, it could be so toxic in there in community that when they listen to you, it's not you, it's just what you're doing is a trigger to what they've been experiencing. So you don't have to accept like, oh, I'm being rude to her and she need to just get over it. She's just in her feelings. Or he's in his feelings. If someone says you're being rude to them, you should literally ask them, how can I do better? If this is the way you feel, and when they tell you how you can do better, you get to decide if you're compromising yourself or not, right? So, for example, if somebody tell you, you're rude when you communicate to me, it's so disrespectful, and you're like, what? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. But if they tell you you're being rude and disrespectful, you have to ask them, how can I do better? And they will tell you. And if they say, bring me coffee every day, that's compromising yourself. That's not realistic. You just have it's a them problem, not you. But if they say, when you tell me the truth, if you could just give me a heads up that you want to tell me the truth, right? Because sometimes people just blurt it out and say, you have glasses on, right? Why you wear glasses? That's kind of like a bit much. But if you say, hey, I was just noticing it, you wear glasses every day. Can you tell me like the backstory? Like, be conversational. Like, it's an approach. It's a frequency. It's almost like the way Siri and AI want you to communicate with it. That's the same way we have to learn to communicate with each other. So it's nothing wrong with being honest with people. It's how you deliver it. And I know y'all have heard this before, but I want to shout out the people in my first message. Shout out the people who take that correction or that reflection and they actually go to the mirror, that in the invisible mirror, and they look at themselves and they say, okay, because if a person tell me, and I never been told this before, but I have mastered the ability to communicate to humans in a way that when I tell them the truth, it's literally either going to piss them off because they've been called out on it, or it's going to make them say thank you. And so either way it go, I'm not going to speak on anything unless I have actual data. So I'm an observer. I talk, but I observe 30 times more, 10, 20, infinity times more. And so I like to watch people, listen to people. And it don't take long for you to realize what an energy is in that moment. I can't judge a person for their whole life if I just met them, but in that interaction, you can feel their body language. These are some of the things you learn in psychology, which my background is in counseling psychology. But these are some of the things you learn about body language. It speaks louder than the words itself. Actions, what people choose to do, speaks louder than their words itself. So learning how to take heed of what people tell you that they see is wrong with you, and not accepting it, but receiving the information enough to process it, take it seriously. Like, for me, I'd rather listen to the 10,000 things that people have to say to me about me than to focus on a news story about someone who got unalived in another city or in another state or even down the street. Because while that matters, my behavior and character actually influence the community, and you never know who might be that person you walk past. And because you're walking around in a certain condition and you're not willing to grow and change because you're aging every second and your body's growing. We used to be babies and infants, and now look at us with big feet and standing tall. And then we go to older age. If we're growing every day physically, what do you mean your mental capacity is not being stretched every day as well? So being able to take heed of what people are telling you about you and accepting that with receiving it, and then deciding for yourself, oh, okay, I could do this better, or I don't need to change that. That's the you problem. But the only way you're going to get to that point is you have to ask more questions. So when people, like I said, I haven't had this happen to me, but I've been the person on the other side having to tell people about how they're treating the space. And it's not, I'm an advocate for space and energy being positive, not just my space. Like, if I see someone going crazy and I can see that they're approachable, like, because you have some people that are mentally ill that they crash out. You just need to get some authoritative figure involved to get them to get some help. But then you have people who are just going through something. And if you are strong enough and willing to really love your community, see, people talk about loving their community, but they don't actually love their community in real time. They bypass the humans at the gas station, quietly walk in a store or pay at the pump, quietly going to the grocery store and get their stuff, maybe talking to their friends and texting people, maybe even going live, but they're missing the humans in a real community. Those are the people that we should actually be listening to, because they can see us in real time. And if they give you a look or you give them a look, that energy is constantly being transferred. And we have to be okay with examining ourselves in real time. So shout out to the people who examine themselves in real time based off the interactions that they have with real humans every day, real energies. Like, I even let animals be a message to me, because animals, they run from you or they growl at you or they bark at you, because some of them can be just territorial or trained that way. But for the most part, 99.9% of animals, they know a good spirit when they pull up on one. Babies know a good spirit when one pull up. Humans, period. We feel the energy of other people, and we have to learn to be okay with using these interactions with other life forces to allow us to reflect on who we are and how we're showing up. It doesn't mean you're always wrong or right. It's just an opportunity to examine yourself. I think one of the biggest things that humanity or humans have failed to do as we have evolved, besides those who are actual scientists, we have forgotten to research, collect data on our own life, on your own life. Like, I'm more interested in how I show up at a gas station, grocery store. Like, the moment I walk out of my door, my bed, the moment I get out of my bed, I am more interested in how I interact with my children, the people in my home. I am more interested in the energy and character I'm exuding than I am interested in people who are not here around me. So I am focused on constant growth. Why? Because I'm constantly growing. Like, I'm not a little baby anymore. And at some point in my journey, I will no longer be here. So I'm only having more years behind me than ahead of me. And that's everyone. I right now have more years ahead than I do behind me. I'm still in that youthful age. But as I continue to evolve, whether I celebrate my life force or not, as far as birthdays, I'm still going to get old with gray hair and I'm going to check out. If it's naturally out of here, I'm going to check out at some old age, okay? And so we're growing physically, stretching, bones changing, our physical anatomy is changing, but we're not willing to do the work. And I just really want to take time to shout out the people who are willing to do the work. Shout out to the people who take correction, whether it's self-reflection or the people that they love or strangers that they meet, and they say, you know what? I can be a better person. I can do this better. You know, I could lower my voice. I don't have to be so mean. I don't have to say it to them this way. And I think if we start practicing this with the people we love and the people that love us, it makes it easier to do it when you step out into the human world. It gets easier. And I'm a living witness to doing the work. So the people in my space, you're going to be held to the same level of accountability. It's you versus you, me versus me. You don't have time to look at me because you need to look at you. And if I love you and I love myself, I will do the work on me so well that you won't have to waste 1 ounce of your life force telling me I need to get better. Right? And that's as far as our relationship, the relationship. We all can work on ourselves, but it shouldn't be a discord between you and another human because you're so busy showing up in your full estate of love. In your full estate of love, that's it. Love is the key. Love requires patience, kindness, understanding. Put yourself in that person's shoes. Reflect on experiences that you've had that's been closely related to them, because I'm going to tell you one thing that's for certain and sure. We all experience the same exact emotions at some point in our life. There's only 20 emotions, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, don't quote that. But there's only so many emotions. How we arrive to the emotions is different, right? When we get angry, if you get angry today, somebody could have probably cut you off in traffic and it make you want to curse them out in the car. Or somebody else could have called you out your name and disrespected you. You didn't deserve it, and it pushed you to anger, and you might go off on them. So we all experience the same exact emotions all day long as humans. It's how we get there. It may be different, but how we choose to come out of those emotions is truly, really is the same. It's simple. Go higher, move forward. What decision do I need to make to move me out of this pool and state of being, raise me up to keep me forward? That's it. It's that simple. I call it realistic positivity. That's a term that I coined, and now it's a popular term now. But I coined that in, and now I believe that, and I know that to be a foundation for my life. Realistic positivity is the awareness that chaos is inevitable. Chaos is inevitable. You're going to go through something. Somebody's chaotic is going to be presented to you, or you're going to do something and it's going to create chaos. One of the way, this world is pure duality. Where there is peace, there is also hell and hate. How you understand that and accept that it's inevitable, but in every moment of chaos, you get to choose upward and forward. And I just wanted to say my first message of today, and I'm going to close it out and go to the second message. But my first message of today is that shout out to the people that understand chaos is inevitable, and when it's presented before them, that they get to choose upward and forward. What's the best decision I can make to get out of this energy? And most times, 99.9% of the time, you're going to have to relinquish your ego. You're going to have to relinquish your ego. You're going to have to let go of your ego. It's that simple. It's that simple. You're going to have to let go of your ego. That's it. Like, you want to grow and evolve and become a better person, you're going to have to be willing to accept the truth of where your position is and really take heed of what the people around you say about y'all interactions. Like, we need to listen to what people say. We don't, when people say, you don't need to care what people think. You don't need to care what people think. That mindset is the very reason why people do not become a better version of themselves. Because I do care what the people who love me think. I do care what strangers experience from me, right? They could say, I hate your outfits. Okay, I don't care about that. But when it's things like character, things like your character, things like the energy, I care what people think. I don't care what people feel about my presentation, or as far as like my physical, my weight. Like, these are things that's an opinion. We're talking about fact. If fact is you're in your ego, when you're in your ego, you're going to be mean. You're going to be unkind. You're going to be hateful. You're going to be inconsiderate. You're going to be extremely selfish. You're going, and it's going to be a list of things that's only centered around you. And I'm going to tell you one of the ways, yes, Queen, ego death. One of the ways you can have an ego death, as Ashley just said it in the comments. One of the ways you can have an ego death so you can grow and become a better version of yourself is very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. Ego death. How do you kill the ego? Love. I love me so much that I understand that my peace is a priority. And peace is not saying you don't experience chaos. Peace is saying that in the midst of chaos, you find peace until peace is fully resolved, and until peace is fully embraced, until peace is restored. Because no storm last always. We forgot to look at nature and be observers and be researchers and be explorers. We're not exploring and researching and observing our own journey. If I guarantee you, if you spend more time thinking about who you was yesterday and how you can be a better person, you know when you talk to people where your spirit is. You know how you feel if you're responding in an email or responding to a text or going on live or talking to a person that you just met versus the one you've been knowing. You know what was in your heart. You could have been mad because you had a fight with your partner. Your children could have pissed you off. Your siblings could have made you mad. Your job could have made you upset. You could have found out something you lost. You could have found out it was something that didn't work out. Like, it's 1,000, a million, billions of reasons as to why you may be in a space that pulls you to your ego, those emotions. But you have to choose how I internalize that and how I express myself that creates my character is more important than what I actually went through. Right? If the wall fall in on me right now and y'all see like my roof just fall in on me right above my head, the first thing is, am I okay, right? After that, I can start, oh my God, I can just curse out to, oh my God, and just go crazy. Or if I survive it, have gratitude for surviving it and take heed of insurance and take heed of the things that are put in place to get it fixed. That's it. A lot of us spend so much time on the roof falling that we don't create the solution after you come out from under the roof. And that's what's happening. People crashing out as if they still stuck under the rubble. Whole time, they whole life don't move forward. The rubble been cleared up. They didn't even fixed it. It's not even there anymore. It kind of reminds me of a storm. When a storm is happening, yes, it's danger. Yes, it's real. Yes, you need to. So this is what I'm saying. Like, when we're talking about our growth, when the chaos is in front of us, whether it's I want to fight her, I want to fight him, I'm mad at him, I'm mad at her. Oh, that's real. Your feelings are valid. How you choose to deal with those feelings after those feelings come inside of you and they're awakening you is the most important part. We spend too much time on what happened and not enough time on what did we do afterwards. So shout out to the people that take time to grow and take heed of being a better person after they go through what they go through. Shout out to the people who do better. Yes. We focus on solutions. Focus on solutions. Do not focus on the problem. You focus only on the problem to examine the solutions, to help formulate the solutions. It's like math. 1 + 1 = 2. This problem plus this outcome, how can we change the result? So we have a problem. This is what we did in that problem. This is the current result. What do we need to do to formulate a new one? Or if you're lucky and blessed and in tune, you actually have the power to look at the problem before you take action. A lot of people don't know how to stop and think. Like, I don't like to make impulsive decisions when problems arise. I'm going to give everyone in my space, including myself, the full right to examine our positions. Like, it's to me, unless somebody physically walks up on you and literally start trying to attack you, there is no reason to go into a space of fight. Unless you're defending yourself. Defending yourself is the only time you are in true danger. When you have to protect yourself, you have to do what is absolutely necessary to get out of that situation. Other than that, 99% of the problems humans have on earth, you actually have time to think about it before you do something else drastic, crazy, emotional, egotistical. So shout out to the people who do the work. Shout out to the people who do the work. What's the second part on here? Because I can't even see the topic, y'all. I done got in this conversation, honey. We talking about theme 1, story time. What was the second one? Can somebody tell me what's my second topic? Copy it from the caption and send it in the comments for me, please, because that's the second thing I want to talk about. But I spend so much time just shouting out to people who do the work. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know it's not easy. I spent so much time talking about that because I know it's not easy doing the work. I know it's not easy hearing someone correct you or come to you and ask you to reflect on your own journey. Sometimes it's not something you did to a person. Sometimes a person just loves you and they see you doing it to yourself. So shout out to you for saying, thank you for calling it out, because I have been on one this week. I have been on one this today. I have been doing too much. You right, girl. You right, guy. You right. Thank you. I appreciate that. If it's at work, thank you. If it's at home, if it's in your personal life, your relationship, start giving gratitude for the people who take time to tell you you need to do better. Give yourself gratitude. Say, thank you, Rosetta, for realizing that you needed to share this story with someone and they needed to hear this. Thank you for being submissive to your spirit. Oh, there we go. It just came to me. Peace and love. Lessons on the other side of intuition. It just came to me, but thank you, Queen. Thank you. Peace and love, Nikki. Blessings waiting on the other side of your intuition. Here we go. That's just perfect. Thank you, sisters. So, you know when something hits your gut, so you have three, like you, to me, okay, we're going to get a little into some science. Take it for what it is. So you have all your major organs that's above your vagina or your penis, whatever your gender is. So you have all those organs that goes up, and your brain is the last major one. On these organs, your heart, your brain, and your gut, those are like the top three. Your heart, your brain, and your gut. So I had recently watched something where it said if you do certain things, it's coming from a certain place on your emotions. If it's make your head feel pressure, if you can feel it in your heart, you can feel it in your gut, it tells you the emotions that it's telling you what emotion you in. But I want to tell y'all this. Your intuition, that gut feeling, especially women, men too, because we all get it. We all have that gut feeling. It's whether you got a womb or not, you have the gut feeling. But women, you got it like times infinity. Because you have a womb, you have the universe literally inside of you, okay? And like, that's how babies get here, okay? So you have it times infinity. So that's why women are known to have wisdom. The wisdom of a woman surpasses the wisdom of a man. And now when I say that, I'm not saying that one person is smarter than the other or more wise than the other. I'm talking about intuition. But we all have it. And you'll get a gut feeling in your stomach, and it tells you to do something. And they can say, God just told me, Spirit just told me, or some people just say, my gut telling me. But that feeling is always coming from here. And you'll hear it, and you'll feel it. It's something in you will say, you need to go, get up, leave, do this, take action, go do this. Like, it'll literally like almost stop you and force, and like you can feel it. Like it makes you feel like you need to go to the bathroom. That gut feeling. Y'all already know that's the more of a negative gut feeling when you feel like you got to use the bathroom. The positive of that gut feeling is the butterflies. The positive is that joy, that deep, eternal joy. Your blessing is waiting on the other side of that intuitive thought that just popped into your head. And because you are scared of the result, you're scared of the unknown, you're unsure, you're hanging around people who are not empowering you to listen to your gut because they don't listen to theirs. You're constantly surrounding yourself with people who don't appreciate intuition, that they don't see, because intuition requires you to see a spirit that's in people, which is the person itself, the true soul in that person. And you got to be willing to see it in yourself too. And your intuition will communicate to you, do that thing, and you won't even do it. You will sit there. But I'm going to tell you something. Listen to it. Listen to it. I had recently had an experience where it came to my awareness that I needed to take action on a certain move. And it presented itself. Now y'all see the last part, but when your work on earth is important to the bigger plan, a way will be made. So even if you miss the intuition, because you are so special, and if you're connected to me, you are super special. You got a big mission on earth, so you should not be playing with your life force. People who I have come cross paths with, if you know my name, have touched my shoulders, received my love, experienced my energy, experienced the kindness that flows through me, and experienced God in me, you have a real mission on this earth. And so you really got a big job to do. So you really got to be more intuitively connected to yourself and listening to that gut feeling that comes to you. But it's okay, because you're so important on this planet that another way will be made, even if that way doesn't happen. But don't take advantage of it, because I had an intuitive thought come to me and I took action on it, and I had a conversation with someone because I followed my gut. I was literally just sitting somewhere, and I was in a very powerful place, and I was just sitting there, and out of nowhere, I was like, dang, I want to connect with them. This is exactly what I'm saying in my head. They far away from me. Too important really to be next to me, so to speak. And when I say that, I want you all to understand, I'm saying that with humility, that no one's too important for you to speak to or connect to, but it's just to put people where they are positioned. There are people who've done more work in certain rooms than you, that they've gotten to the level that they're on, so you have to respect that. So when I say they were too important for me to speak to, that means everybody in the room wanted to speak to them. So they were important, not too important for me to actually connect with. No human is above the other, but you got to respect the position of a person. Let's do it, Queen. Let's do it. You got to respect the position of a person that they worked hard for. Like, I respect when a sister has done the work, when a brother has done the work. I respect it 10 toes. I respect. And when I say brother and sister, white, black, green, or whatever color you or ethnicity you claim, I respect that you've done the work to get to where you are. So I understand the energy that comes with giving it out when you are that important. The bigger you go, the higher you go, the more people want your energy. It can be in political, the fame world, the so-called fallen angel world, the God world, the spiritual world. It can be anywhere. It's levels to this, y'all. It's levels to this. It's levels to this. And we got to respect the people who's done the work. But I'm sitting across the room. Let me finish the story. I'm sitting across the room. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, dang, I would love to connect with them. And this was just a little thought that ran by my thoughts. 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, I'm back and tapping in, doing what I'm doing and enjoying the space, listening to the people. We go and take a break. And we go and enjoy another room, and we all just hanging out with the people in the bigger room, and some of us come out in the next room, and we just having a good time. When I come back to my seat, that individual chose to take a seat that was right next to me. Woo! Listen. You can't tell me there is no higher power than us, right? You can't tell that there's not a higher force inside of us that's sitting us, that's helping navigate the connections that we desire to have. My thought of desiring to connect with this person, not only did I get that connection, it came to me and I didn't have to leave to go anywhere. This is what happens when you are in tune with the Most High, when you let God use you, because that force of God that provides us that life force, those angels, those your ancestors, whatever it is that you believe in, that higher power is connected in all of us, and we're truly all one. She probably don't even know why she sat there, but she sat there. And then I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh shit. Like, shout out to Tristan McFarland. If you know. But I was literally in my head like, oh my goodness. I gave gratitude first. I didn't even say anything. I think the first thing I did was just share love. My father taught me that. He used to take in children and just bring them in, and, he would feed them, let them come hang out with us, just hang out. He would let our male friends come over, our, sister friends come over. And my daddy would just always say, before you chastise a child, you must love a child. He used to say that all the time. Now, he wasn't just chastising people for real, but he showed so much love to children and adults that when they did something wrong, it was easier for him to correct them because they knew it was coming from love. So I remember my mom had an issue with a child and she was immediately ready to go off. And my father said, you just met that child. You cannot go off on that child. Love that child. If that child is acting out in front of you, it has nothing to do with you. You need to understand that that child just needs love. So he took the kid and asked, are you okay? Is there anything I can do? Cut his hair, gave him some food, and the little boy was just having some issues at home. That changed that little boy's life. He ended up, I can't remember how long he was around, but he ended up giving him, when we would go outside and interact, the little boy stopped bothering us, so to speak. Okay. So that, seeing that and hearing him say that for the next 18 years that I was around him, so to speak, he literally was like, show a person love. So that's what I always do. I don't want anything for anyone. I always want to give love first. So I showed her some love. And she really just loved that. And it was genuine. It wasn't like, I'm finna immediately go and say what I want to say. No, it was just like, she smelled good. And I was genuinely saying that. And I'm going to always find a way to show love. And it was just me saying, thank you for your message today. Like, I could have said 20 different things, but I told her first she smelled good because I like smells and scents. I'm a Taurus. So I'm like, oh, you smell so good. She was like, thank you. And then I was like, hey, honey, that dress, where you get it from? Because I want one. So she told me where she got a dress from. So that was the way we could connect. Could have been other things. I could have just said, thank you for your message. I left it. I didn't say it yet because I just, that wasn't in my heart to do it just yet. My intuition haven't spoke to me. I just wanted to appreciate people who are always getting pulled on. They deserve appreciation before you ask them for something. You don't need to ask people for things without appreciating them. And that's the relationship building. The long game is the real game. And that is the name of the game. I watched a lot of people come up and fall. I watched a lot of people have money and don't have nothing at all. And so I learned from these experiences of all these people sitting in wealth materially or spiritually and not doing the work they're supposed to do with it and losing it all and trying to climb back out of that shell again to get back to it. I did the long game. I realized relationships is the #1 reason that businesses succeed, humans succeed, and communities succeed. Positive, good, genuine relationships. It's not about how much money you have, how beautiful your body is, how good your skin looks, how big your car is, how big your Johnson is. It doesn't matter about any of those things other than the relationship of genuine connection. Connected with the sister. Next thing I know, she was asking to use my charger. She asked that I have a charger. She asked that I have this. And luckily, I had a charger. I had cords. So that was just another coincidence, right? I brought my stuff and she didn't need it. It didn't work, but she tried it. That brought us closer. She was so grateful. And my intuition spoke to me, y'all, because y'all know I'm a storyteller. So I know I'm going to take a second to tell the story because, honey, we got to get dramatic out here. The world is a stage. So we got to get out here and be dramatified in our stories. And when I say dramatified, that means get theatrical, okay? Because that's how you really resonate with it. You need the information to deeply resonate with the result. Boom. My intuition spoke to me and said, now tell her. And I told her what I told her about her message. And I told her how her message resonated with me. I still didn't ask her for anything because I didn't want anything other than to tell her, thank you for what you spoke on today. We talked about it, and it ended up leading me to get invited to a space. And then it led me to get invited to a space that had I went to that space, I would have got connected with one of the most powerful people on the planet right now that everybody loves and adores. And I follow my intuition to attempt to do the thing to get there, but I let someone talk me out of it. That's it. Your blessings on the other side of the intuition. So then I moved around and connected to another beautiful soul. Come to find out, those souls was connected. So connected that while I didn't follow my intuition and let somebody talk me out of not going to that thing that I got invited to, I ended up getting connected to someone that could still take me to the level of what I need from that space. So that's that message. I hope you caught it. Your blessings is on the other side of intuition. But if you don't listen to your intuition and you let somebody else block it, somebody else tell you no, somebody let you talk you out of it, you might miss that blessing. So listen to your gut. Listen to your gut, because you got people around you that'll try to talk you out of what you feeling in your spirit, because it will make people think you're crazy sometimes. Like I said, if I would have told you this right away, what was happening, you would have been like, Rosetta done lost her mind. But now that I'm experienced, I can share it. I had a thought I would love to connect with them. They was too big in a room to connect to. Everybody wanted them. And I'm not the type of person, when something is for you, you should not chase it. I have a motto. You shouldn't have to pay for anything. Now, that's obviously not true, because we're paying bills. We're not talking about the material world. We're talking about relationships. You shouldn't have to pay for your relationships. You should have to pay people to be around them. That doesn't make sense to me. We came here freely without a dollar. I was born into a world that a man can't even create. What do you mean I got to pay to be next to you? Right? That doesn't make sense to me. And that's just my philosophy. Everybody may have a different experience, but that's my philosophy. I'm not going to go in a relationship where I got to pay for that relationship. I might have to pay for that space or that room, so to speak, a ticket, but I shouldn't have to say, let me give you $10,000 so we can be friends. And no one should have to give me $10,000 so we can be friends. We should have something of value that we can exchange. So if I'm giving you a consulting, you pay me for that. But our relationship, we don't have to pay for that. Okay? Let's be clear on that. You should never have to pay for relationships. So she was too big for me to get to, but she ended up sitting right next to me. And then it some things exchanged where we were able to genuinely feel each other's spirit. And then I got my intuition involved, and it said, speak and tell what you need to say. Give that gratitude to her. So I'm giving that gratitude for what she said. And she asked me, what happened to you? Tell me your story. And I'm telling her, she was like, oh my goodness, woo doo woo. So she just started inviting me, everything, doing this. And it was just like an outpour of blessings, but I let somebody talk me out of it. Don't you let nobody talk you out your blessing. Listen, you know how grannies used to do. You know how they used to get in our face. Don't you let, you know that finger? Yes, this my finger and I'm waving it in your face. Don't you let anybody talk you out your blessings, because people's perceptions of you may be short-sighted and limited based off their own. Okay? Doesn't make them a bad person. Hear me out. They could have, for example, they could have done what it is you already, or you're getting experience to. They could have already experienced that. So you don't need to say, get advice from people who've done it. No, because people get invited and do the things that you're doing, but how they handled it and what they did with it, they didn't do what you need to do. So you don't need to let anybody, no matter what their experience is, don't let anybody talk you out of listening to your intuition. Okay, if it's coming from your mind and you saying some crazy stuff, I'm finna just go blow up the schools and blah, 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 I'm finna go blow up the building. Like, yes, let somebody talk you out of that, because that's not your gut. Your gut is not telling you to bring harm to other people. Your gut will only tell you that if harm is physically coming to you. Fight and flight, literally. Get this person off you. Shake this person. Run. Do whatever. That's the only time we are supposed to inflict pain against someone else, that they literally inflicting upon us. No other excuse. You should not be doing nothing to nobody except they put their hands on you. Okay? We already know this. You don't touch anybody. Don't anybody touch you. But if somebody touch you, that's when you fight. Other than that, it's hands off. So you can't let nobody talk you out of your intuition. Like, and I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes people will know. Rachel, I see where you say you can't tell people what you got going on. I'm going to go ahead and expand the mindset on that, sister, because you have people that's connected to you that could be your team members. They got to know. You have, like, nothing is really done alone. So it's really not a thing where you got to keep it to yourself, because to build an empire, you have to have people doing it. I always like to say, you literally do not want to be on planet Earth alone. I do not want to wake up tomorrow and none of y'all are here, especially the souls that I've actually met. I'm literally jumping. I am going to jump and come join y'all and hope I see y'all wherever y'all been taken to. I do not want to be on this planet Earth without no single human. No matter how indifferent our experiences are, I don't want to be alone on this earth. So we cannot do things alone. So the idea that you can't tell people what's going on, it's inevitable, right? It could be your partner, it could be your children, it could be your team members, and they're not telling you things that's negative. They're just limited in their insight. And so in my situation, me not following my intuition, I needed that insight because I couldn't make the move alone, if that makes sense. I had my children with me. So if you don't support it, I'm not going to be able to do this. And that was what the issue was. You can't have people around you who don't believe in you. That's what it is. People can be around you that love you, but they don't believe in you. It's a difference. Listen, people can love you. They can love you for real. Like they'll fix you some food, water you, take you out, hang out with you, love on you, compliment you, actually make you feel good. But they don't believe in you. It's a difference. And it's not our responsibility to dictate who love us versus who believe in us. It's our responsibility to see it when it's revealed. It was revealed in that moment that that person didn't believe in me. That's what was revealed. And that's the truth. You got to be careful about the people who you love and the people who love you, and recognizing when it's revealed to you. And I had a conversation with that person. I actually pulled them to the side and we had a long conversation, and I brought it to the awareness of their lack of support in that space. It actually closed the door that could have been open had I went through. And I could have actually just went through with my plan B, and I could have just said, you know what? I'm just going to hire a person to pull up so I can go. Right? I had a plan B. I had people in that place that actually was willing to come through, that would be willing to come through in that city that I was in, that would have been willing to support me if I would have told them, I just got this opportunity. Could you come in and do this? I just got discouraged. And that's what I mean, that don't let people make you walk away from your intuition. And it is real. Even Rosetta gets discouraged when you don't have the support of the people who love you, right? When they don't believe in you. That means, because believe and support is different. They support me, but they don't believe in me. And I had to bring it to their attention. And they realized that they hadn't even been, it was a reality check for them. It was like, dang, I didn't realize that I haven't really been believing in you. And it's so prevalent that it's actually blocking you. And like, it was like, dang, like, I gotta check my ego. That's why the first half of the story was shout out to the people who willing to take correction. And that person took the correction, and that person affirmed to me that'll never happen again. You're right. I didn't realize it was getting that serious. I just been locked in on this, and I really haven't been giving that energy to the space the way I normally give it. And you're right. I need to do a self-check. So now it's just sit back and watch game. That's for me. Now sit back and watch. But I guarantee you I won't ask them to do anything else. No, I won't. I'm going to do it myself, okay? So I learned my lesson from that. So, yes, deal with the challenges that come to you, because when you love people, people love you. You don't want to just X them out. You want to give people the opportunity to correct themselves. I never take away people's opportunity to correct themselves. And I'm encouraging you not to do that either, okay? None of us are perfect. What I focus on is, are you pure? None of us are perfect. We're not going to always get it right. So I'm not holding that person to, oh my gosh, you blocked me from this. Like, no, we're going to talk about it though. You definitely need to know what you did. Your lack of believing in me, which made you pull me away from what my spirit was calling me to, my intuition was calling me to. I'm listening to your logic when really intuition is illogical, because it literally come from a place that a man can't understand or a woman can't understand for real. So it will have you doing things that doesn't make sense. So we have to learn to really follow the intuition. And I didn't. But guess what? When your work is important, I missed that one opportunity, but I got another one. It's still not the same as the one that I missed. I'm not going to hold you. But now I'm still connected to the people that's connected to that opportunity I missed. So it will be another occasion. There will be another time. And if it doesn't come, that's fine. I learned my lesson. Don't let anyone, make sure you're surrounded by people who believe in you. That's what I really got from me. So I checked in with my whole tribe. Everybody got it yesterday, because I discovered yesterday that I missed this opportunity, that the intuition that God was leading me towards, and I let you talk me out of it. And so because I let you talk me out of it, I missed it. So one, you didn't believe in me. That's why you talked me out of it. And I'm thinking you talked me out of it because it was actually the logical sense. Then when I found out what was revealed and what actually the result ended up being, I realized that that's why I was supposed to be. So it had to make me come back and check in with you and really ask you, why did you tell me that again? Why did you go against that again? And when we uncovered, that's why you got to ask more questions. I should have asked more questions in real time. And I should have said in real time, but this happens when you trust people who love you. You better make sure they believe in you before you trust them. So that's what I got from it. Like, I'm a real solution oriented person. We're going to get to the root of the problem, because we're going to uproot the things that are not good for us. We're going to pull the weeds out. People be trying to trim the weeds, honey. I'm pulling them out, because the garden won't grow if weeds are overtaking it. It has to be uprooted. So we're going to pull out the problem. Come to find out, that person haven't been believing in me lately. Oh, say less. Number one, you better fix it if you want to stay in my life, because you got to believe in me, because I believe in you. Love requires belief in a person can do anything. That simple. Like, if I love you, I believe you can do anything as long as it's good for you. I'm rooting for you. What you mean? What you mean you're not going to do that? What you mean you think you can't achieve that? What you mean you don't think you can jump out the wall? If you want to learn to climb up the walls, you got to get physically fit to do so. Let's do it. If you know you want to be doing something, you have the ability. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So that's kind of like my mindset behind it. And so in my situation, which is why I'm bringing this truth to you, is that you got to make sure that the people you love and that love you, that they also believe in you the way you believe in them, right? And then not believe like this is my God or my, no, just straight up. I believe in you. I believe you can do whatever you put your mind to. And people will stop believing in you because they don't see you. They see material stuff. I wear the same clothes every week. Don't you measure me by my clothes, because, baby, I'm going to get it done. I play the long game. I don't do the short game. I don't do short-term success. I'm focused on sustainability. I'm focused on generational sustainability. So I teach my children, I empower my community, and I damn sure empower myself to make certain that all of the things that I give and do, that it adds up to the future. My words are transcending time. My actions will transcend time. That's what I'm on. So make sure you are surrounded by people who believe in you, because the lack of belief will literally cause you to trust their word because they love you. And it is absolutely okay to trust the words of other people. But if they don't believe in you, those words might send you down a different path. We can't do this alone. So it's more work than just saying we need to keep people out of it and this and that. No, your people matter, because we can't do this alone. I'm telling you, I've been working this business world since 2017. I've been a leader since they threw me in school. I always been a leader. I've always been at the person of having to do more of work because other people were following or looking or watching me. So I understand how imperative it is that you cannot do this alone. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for the people who invited me in that room, invited me to that event, invited me to that house, and connected me in the school, in the store. I wouldn't have the clients. I wouldn't have the partners. I wouldn't have the children. I wouldn't have none of the things that I have if I was doing it alone. I needed and need people. We need each other. That's what's wrong with us. We think we can do this alone, and you literally cannot do this alone. You can go far alone, but you go further together. I promise you. If you got 100 people with you, we can build a raft and carry a few people that need to take a break. And we can rotate the carrying out. We'll carry you for an hour. We'll switch up, carry you for 30 minutes. And next thing you know, by the time we get there, we all got enough energy and rest that when we get there, we can go at it. You try going by yourself. Who gonna carry you? No, for real. You try walking 100 miles. See how many times you stop and take a break. Even if you're in shape, see how many times you stop and take a break. Now you try to walk 100 miles with 100 people that built you 5 reps for everybody to take turns resting and getting carried. And find out what the energy like when y'all get there. It's appreciation, gratitude. It's a whole nother level. We believe in each other so much that we carrying each other along the way. That is what we need, community. We cannot do this alone. I'm going to beat the horse dead. And no animal abuse. No animal has been abused in this story. Y'all know what I mean, okay? I'm going to ride this one to the top. We cannot do this alone. But as you do this with people, make sure that they believe in the vision, even if they don't understand the vision. Because you can believe in me and not understand the vision of crowning your essence. You get what I'm saying? So you can believe in Rosetta. You can say, oh, Rosetta going to do what you got to do. She going to get there. I believe in my girl. I love you. I appreciate you. Like, you can believe in me even though you don't understand what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? It's like faith. It's having faith. And you got to be willing to do the work at the same time. You know what I mean? So make sure you are surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. Don't let anybody, whether they believe in you or not, talk you out of your intuition. Okay? Peace and love, queen. Don't let anybody talk you out of your intuition, whether they believe in you or not, love you or not, hate you or not. It doesn't matter what their position is in your life. That is the one thing that you must do alone, which is listen to your intuition. That's the vision being planted inside of you. Go at it by any means necessary. If you got to create harm to go at it, you're not at the right place. Now, if you got to bust down some egos to get there, oh, baby, don't worry. Bust them egos up. People need to let their ego go. This is the season where the planet is literally about to kick us off of it. And she's going to swallow us whole and upchuck us off this planet. It won't be a human race in a few thousand years if we keep doing the bad work we're doing by not working on ourselves, by not listening to our intuition, by not preserving the spiritual energy that brings us into a better place. We got to do better. We have to. Maybe in 100 years, you can go back to your bush. But right now in this season, now not even 100, maybe 500 years. But we need at least 500 years of peace on earth right now, okay? 1,000 years of peace, okay? Okay? It's happening whether you want it to happen or not. You better get in line or you're going to be burnt up. The sun is getting closer. You're trying to cover it up so certain people won't burn. But the people who won't burn is getting closer. So take that energy and internalize it and let your light shine. The sun is closer, so we must shine our light. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I love y'all. I have to prepare for a session with a client, but I definitely want to come in and give y'all a chit chat because, honey, I learned some lessons. And I said, what better way than share these lessons and share these blessings? Because these lessons be blessings, baby. These lessons be blessings, honey. I just be like, baby, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to internalize what I go through, to experience myself in the mirror, to be willing to do the work, to learn from the things that I went through, to be okay with people being who they are and not judging them for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have the insight, the wisdom, and wherewithal to understand your journey is your journey and mine is mine. And I must do what's necessary and required for me to show up as my best self every single day that I breathe. This is not an everyday thing. It's an all day thing. That's the T. People be like, oh, I just have peace right now. No, every time you interact with another human, your peace is going, it has the possibility of being challenged. Even when you by yourself, your peace has the possibility of being challenged by that other voice in your head. That voice of doubt, fear, all that stuff. So it's an all day thing. And that's why I don't have time to look at other people's life. Because if it's an all day thing, I only got time to focus on me and like what I'm breathing on. And so I got to focus on my breath. You need to focus on yours. And I'm not talking about the way it smells. I'm talking about the way it's going. Like, are we breathing or not, right? We don't have time to look at other people. We got to focus on ourselves. And I like to share the wisdom of my experiences with you because you deserve the insight, because all of us are similar in some regard. Mind you, we go through the same emotions all day long. And somebody is closely similar to my lifestyle and my mindset. And I want to make sure that I put what I've been through, and so you can hear it. And I speak that it resonates with your spirit. And if it doesn't, share it with someone who you know to resonate with. There are a lot of people out here letting folks talk them out their intuition, blessings on the other side of it, but you letting people talk you out of it. There are a lot of people around people who love them but don't believe in them. There are a lot of people who have supporters, but those supporters don't actually believe in them. They just love them. There are a lot of people who are not changing and growing. Like, you are surrounded around this world with different type of dichotomies of humans. We have to be okay with sharing our wisdom. Wisdom comes through the application of knowledge. Once you know better, you do better, and that's where the wisdom happens. And the revelation takes place when the cameras are off. That's why the revolution can't be televised, because the revelation takes place in the moments that the cameras are not on. Your epiphanies, unless a person sit on live all day, they might have some revelations in that moment, but 99% of the time, us humans are not on the online live all day, so we're not going to see you catch that revelation that you need. That's my message for you today. If y'all want me to do more lives more often, once a week, I did one yesterday. You need to go catch that one from yesterday. Please check it out. I'm also putting it on my YouTube channel. Don't be afraid to watch these videos again, not because I want your views, but because if it resonates, sometimes we need to hear it again. Sometimes you need to go to sleep, wake up, and listen again. Make sure, because it's like a movie. You know how many times you watch a movie? Don't be afraid to watch a message twice, okay? I know they can be long, but sometimes we need to take time and receive that wisdom coming through other people's stories. So I'm putting this on YouTube. Y'all know Facebook delete them in 30 days, but I'm putting all the contents of my lives. But if y'all want me to do more lives, I'll do them once a week, and I'll share what happened to me yesterday, and I actually experience it with you and tell you what I've learned. You know, it's no judgment here. I think you all should hear how I handle problems and challenges in my life, because we're uprooting the problems so we won't never have to experience that again. But trust that the weeds will come back, okay? Just because you get rid of it one time doesn't mean it doesn't come back. It's a new weed. Remember that. You can get rid of one and another one comes. So the journey is always, it's going to always be something. Realistic positivity. The awareness that chaos is inevitable, but in every moment of chaos, you have the ability to choose upward and forward. Only look back to observe, reflect, and research and discover. But what you focus on is here. We're going up out here, okay? I love y'all. It's a lot of work that got to be done. Y'all hit me up. Let's connect. If you're doing good work out here, come holler at your girl. I love being around people who doing good work. And if you want to do good work, come holler at your girl. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm about my community. That's simple. Community for me. Yes, I will, Queen. I'm going to leave it up. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. It deletes in 30 days, so I'm immediately putting it on YouTube after this session with the client. So thank you, Queens. Thank y'all for interacting. Thank y'all for not putting me out here and being alone today. I really appreciate having your presence. It does make it better when you have other people in your life. I don't want to be on a planet alone, and I hope you don't either. Bye.